The resurgence of COVID-19 this week has brought deepening anxiety for millions of small businesses. The phased reopenings that had once offered hope are now overshadowed by fears among some customers and renewed shutdowns in many states. So tonight we're taking a closer look at the $600 billion Paycheck Protection Program that was supposed to help many of these businesses and their employees weather the storm. But is it working? Our ABC's Devin Dwyer takes a look.
Before COVID-19, U Street Music Hall was a pulsing river of life, cultural crossroads in the nation's capital, and a profitable $3 million a year business for owner Will Eastman. But now,
it's been very tough. I had to temporarily furlough all my staff, was able to bring back 5 full-timers due to PPP money from the government, but it's been extremely tough. We have no revenue coming in whatsoever.
The PPP, or Paycheck Protection Program, has paid out to nearly 5 million American small businesses fighting to survive the pandemic. Congress guarantees the loans. Qualified businesses get a rapid infusion of cash to pay employees and the rent. Eastman received $120,000 in May, but that money is about to run out.
The money from PPP expires in 2 weeks. What are you going to do?
Well, we are selling lots of T-shirts to help fund us right now. We're literally the guy who was jogging and got hit by the meteor, like the 1 in a trillion chance. You know, it's like you look at every list and music venues are at the bottom. We were the first to close and we'll be the last to reopen.
In D.C. and several states, the final phase of reopening won't come until there's a vaccine. FARID, NOURI's nightclub of 25 years, last partied in March. Now he's preparing to auction off the furniture and leftover liquor after deciding to close.
Emotionally, how hard was it to call it quits?
So I'd be holding the truth if I told you that there was no emotional aspect to it. There was. But the business side decision was pretty clear-cut.
NOURI got a PPP loan this spring, but said he couldn't cover expenses indefinitely.
We're looking at least a year and a half of staying idle and accruing more rent debt, more insurance debt. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars at the end of the day once we can be able to reopen, and we don't even know what that reopening would be.
I am very concerned that we are going to lose as many as 20 to 30% of our small businesses.
Former Small Business Administrator Karen Mills, who helped guide the recovery from the Great Recession, says another financial lifeline from Congress is needed soon.
But cash is the #1 need for small businesses. Money that is not a debt burden to them, that helps tide them over until we get our arms around this health crisis and they can open safely.
While lawmakers debate more financial relief, one business just across town is teetering on the brink.
I would say, lost probably 75 to 80% of our income.
Mia Stewart's family wig and hair extensions business was booming before COVID. Now they're barely staying afloat and struggling with an application for the PPP.
So I think there needs to be more of a streamlined process to allow us access to these funds. It should have happened months ago, and here we are still waiting, and it's July.
How dependent is your survival on getting that money, or isn't it?
It's definitely dependent on getting that money and also being able to rehire our employees.
To make matters worse, Stewart's shop was looted during the recent protests after the death of George Floyd. She says more than $150,000 in merchandise was stolen.
And the thing is, we were getting ready to open, so we had restocked as much as we could. The PPP loan, that's just been a really difficult process, and I just think it's completely unfair that these other corporations were allowed to get such large sums of money.
The Trump administration this week revealed the biggest recipients of PPP loans so far. Among them, major restaurant chains like P.F. Chang's, hedge funds, real estate firms, and clothing lines, including Kanye West's sneaker brand, Yeezy. At least a dozen businesses have ties to political leaders, including a hotel partially owned by the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and a shipping company run by the family of Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao.
It's very disappointed because the most vulnerable small businesses out there are the little ones. Overall, the program is going to have saved a lot of businesses, but if you are a bad actor, do not do that again.
President Trump's small business chief, Jovita Carranza, calls PPP one of the most successful and consequential federal disaster response programs in memory.
You already have $500 billion out in the market and enabled a lot of the employment numbers that you're seeing.
After a historic spike, unemployment is on the decline from 14.5% in April to 13.3% in May. Last month, the unemployment rate dipped to 11.1%.
Can you quantify how many employees that loan helped you save?
We at full capacity are only around 15 employees. So the PPP for us was critical in saving well over 50% of our team.
That team at Republic Restorative's distillery now slowly resupplying restaurants with craft vodka and bourbon. And they're still making hand sanitizer, as we saw back in March. But now the distillery's $150,000 PPP loan is almost gone.
I don't know why anyone's taking a victory lap about anything. You can't claim a huge success when, first of all, many businesses are going under today, and those of us like us that are not yet could in the future. So it has been very, very helpful, but we're not anywhere near done with this yet.
Working in her favor is steady demand from walk-up customers who are trickling back. The foot traffic also helping bookstores.
Been good. I would say an upward trajectory.
Adam WATERREUS considers his Lost City books another PPP success story.
I was able to bring back the majority of my staff, not everyone, because not everyone could come back, but I was able to offer employment to everyone who wanted it.
How optimistic are you that you'll be able to hold this?
I'm still fairly uneasy about what the next few months. I mean, I was listening to the news this morning about Texas and listening to the news about these big surges, and there seems to be little reason to think that it won't come back to us.
Fear of another economic shutdown keeping small business owners on edge and hoping the government will be ready to quickly lend again if recovery veers off course. For ABC News Live, I'm Devin Dwyer in Washington.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.